Good morning. It's Friday morning, July 3rd, 2026, and it's time for your morning walk with me, Sophronia. I am still in Chautauqua, walking along Chautauqua Lake this morning. This has been a wonderful week. I was talking to some writers yesterday about finding your own way of working, and it's interesting to me how writers will ask about another writer's habits. You know, how do you write? How do you work with a draft? And then they will say that when they are writing, that they don't read other people's writing, and they don't want to be influenced by it. And yet, to me, that's important work to do if you're trying to figure out how to do something, or if you're stuck. The first thing I do is pick up another person's writing. I feel like sometimes when we're trying to find our own way, we go too far to one side or the other. Yesterday, the Tony Award-winning Broadway stars Sutton Foster and Kelly O'Hara were here at Chautauqua. They gave a talk in the morning, and they did a wonderful performance of their one night only show, the one that they performed at Carnegie Hall. And during their talk, they were giving advice to young young actors, actresses, musical performers, up and coming. And one of the things they said was, you know, they meet young people who say, I want to be the next Sutton Foster, I want to be the next Kelly O'Hara. And they will tell that person, be the next you. You know, the best thing you can do is, you know, to bring your thing to the world. And what's interesting is that last night's performance was modeled after the shows that Carol Burnett and Julie Andrews used to do together. And there was even a part where Julie Andrews and Carol Burnett, their voices came over the loudspeaker talking to them. And I thought this was a wonderful example of how you do your own thing, right? Sutton Foster is Sutton Foster, Kelly O'Hara is Kelly O'Hara, with those amazing voices. And yet they know how to honor and learn from the experience of those who have done this before them, right? So it's a combination of things. You know, be who you are, but also learn and carry that inspiration with you. It's the same thing, you know, last week I was talking about, actually that was earlier this week, right? I was talking about spiritual gifts. And by the way, my friend Dan Bacon did respond, and I will give you the resources about spiritual gifts that he sent me in the text below this. But recognize who you admire, who lives the way that you want to be in the world. Someone who to you may be open or warm in a certain way or has a certain peace. And if you realize that that's the way you want to be in the world, figure out how to model that. Because the best gift that you can give the world is the best of who you are. I am going to keep walking. By the way, Tane is going to take over some of my social media starting today, my son Tane, so that he can talk more about his Kickstarter. I believe he's going to do a live event next week to tell you more about it. So I hope you tune in. And if he shows up here, just say hi, okay? And cheer him on. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.